Hello and congratulations on being close to close of week 4 of AC4420 Corporate Tax Accounting. We will be moving on to week 5 next time, the final week. As far as week 4 goes, we have talked about the tax treatment of business ownership, disposition, liquidation, terminations. So within these processes, we've talked about the idea of how to wrap up the business, different types of businesses that can be combined, merged, or acquired. One of the major tax topics coming up in a process such as this is, one, is gain going to be recognized? If it is, what type of gain is it going to be? When we think about profits, we can think about distributions in terms of dividends, we can think about distributions in terms of a capital gain, and we can think about distributions in terms of ordinary income. Why are those things relevant? Because they could be taxed at different rates. So the fact that we have different tax rates means that it becomes very relevant to categorize what type of income that we have, because it could have a big effect, especially when we're talking about big transactions such as closing up a company, merging a company, acquiring a company, selling a company. These types of things become very relevant as to the structure of the deal. We will continue with that in next time. By the way, we'll start talking about the same kind of issues in terms of how we're going to categorize income when we think about distributions, but we'll go over that in a second. As far as week 4, we want to make sure that everything is completed by Sunday. Remember that week closes on Sunday. We're going to grade everything by the following Tuesday. The quiz needs to be in by Sunday. We cannot generally make up the quiz unless there's an unusual circumstance, in which case you want to let me know, and we take that on a case-by-case basis. Other than that, if you do run into a time constraint, make sure to take the quiz, and then we do have a little bit more time to do late work on the assignment and the homework. We have a little more leeway to do that, although you could lose points for the late work at that point. So keep that in mind as we go. We are moving into the final week next time, so you want to get as much picked up as you can in this process as we go. I know that one of the papers here, this assignment being the course project, is a bit longer of one of the assignments, so hopefully we have the time to complete that. Going into next week, we will be covering distributions of property, amongst other things, and we'll talk about some of the same issues as we looked at before, which will be when we dispose of property, how are we going to categorize an income or a loss? Is there income? Is there loss? How are we going to categorize the income? Should it be ordinary income? Should it be capital gain income? Why is that effective? Why is there an issue there? Because they're taxed at different tax rates again. And usually the capital gain rate is going to be lower than the ordinary income rate. And that's some of the types of issues that we'll take a look at next time. So that's it for week 4. So congratulations on being close to the close of week 4.